Hello Leos, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. If nothing resonates, just check back next time and look at your moon and your rising signs. So, how you guys doing? Full moon's done, eclipse is done, but we're still in retrograde with Mercury. Hope you guys are taking it one day at a time, just one foot in front of the other. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants to start this reading out with. Go ahead. All right, so we have Purpose in reverse. Purpose says, I know what I'm here to do. Yeah, I kind of got that same energy from Aries too. We're kind of in a transitional phase, and it's very confusing as to what the bigger picture is, what our special gifts are and how they're meant to come together for our full purpose as to why we're here. The other card that came out was Loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. So you know that there are other people just like you out there that are just as confused, kind of like in an in-between phase at the moment, I guess you could say. We have Regret came out in reverse. I know that I cannot change the past. There's some choices that you're regretting right now that you've made in your past energies. You'll get over it eventually. You have to remember, even though with free will, I feel like we are still guided to where we're meant to go. It just takes sometimes some of us a few wrong turns to get there. So instead of seeing it as regret, seeing it as lessons. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And that's something that you're clearly already trying to accept, right? We have acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, right? We cannot change the way the past is. We can only be present and prepare for the future, right? So that's definitely an energy you're working on right now, which is really great. I'm really proud of you. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So because you're kind of more focused on the choices that you've made in the past, that takes away from being present. So Spirit is saying, try to not always be in the past energies. It's okay to do that while you're trying to heal or process something, but also stay in the present moment and don't worry about the future. The future will come when it's time, okay? The answers will come when you're ready to hear them. Okay. Excuse me. Just help somebody figure something out. All right, so let's go into tarot. Current future energy, please, Spirit, for Leos. Two of Cups, the Hangman, the Emperor, Ten of Wands, Two of Swords. Oh my goodness. So there's an extra deep level. There's definitely one hell of a message just trying to come through. So we also got the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. All right, bottom of the deck, overall energy. Ooh, Ten of Swords. You're coming to an ending of a cycle, a very painful one, and I have a feeling it has a lot to do with this energy up here. It's definitely past energies, regretting the decisions that you've made in the past. That's okay. As long as you're learning to accept what was and just being present, just know on some level, not just the physical person that you are in this life, but it's also you have to remember that these lessons and these wrong turns or these constant left turns that you were taking were also healing a different version of yourself from a different life. I strongly believe that. Because a lot of the things that I've learned in this life sometimes had nothing to do with the person that I was, or had anything to do with this life, right? I feel like sometimes there's like connections that, these connections that come and go, and sometimes they end well, sometimes they don't. I feel like those ended the way they did to teach us something from a different life. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. So anyways, either way, yeah, you're coming to it. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. You're done feeling anxious and guilty and frustrated and sad. You're ready to close this out. You're ready to walk away from your past energies, from your choices. Accept it the best way you know how, okay? So we have the Two of Cups, the Hangman, the Emperor for the current energies. The more you walk away from your past energies, things that don't serve you, choices that don't really feel like they're you anymore, conversations, people, places, physical items, you're seeing these things completely different now. You don't see them the way you used to. They don't hold any more sentimental value. They don't hold good positive energy anymore. Like, guys, I've gotten rid of so much junk that I have very few possessions. But I also allow myself to have certain possessions that are a little more than normal. So like, I have a lot of different tarot decks and oracle decks, but like, I'm not a big fashion person. I wear comfy yoga pant like clothes and t-shirts. Like, I do yoga, so like I'm always in comfortable clothes and tennis shoes. And everybody's different. Everybody has their things that they spend extra money on, but then it's like you have all this stuff and it's like, yeah, I just don't understand why. So there's things about you that you're learning that aren't really you anymore. And it's almost like you regret buying these things or making these choices, but that's okay, because that means you're evolving, right? You're learning to love yourself for who you are. You're creating a more stable, healthy, fundamental life for yourself that makes more sense to you specifically, right? You want to see things from where you've been to where you are, and you're accepting as is, okay? You're also really good about bodily autonomy. That's what the Emperor talks about. Some of you could also be seeing somebody in a different light. Could be your person, could be an Aries, doesn't have to be. That is also the flip side of that energy. Because the more you heal, the more you walk away from the things that you regret, and understand that you can't, not that you can't regret choices that you've made, but it's better just to accept what was, right? And just living in the positive. Ooh. Yeah, you want a more stable, healthy, not only relationship with yourself, but with people around you. But I'm really getting a love energy now. There is an opportunity of love as you walk away from things that no longer suit you. This painful ending brings the opportunity of love. Could also be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Could also be a Gemini. Interesting how that energy flipped on me. Because I wasn't really sensing a love energy. I was more sensing love for yourself. But here's the thing, once you begin to accept yourself and love yourself, someone else will come in and amplify that and show all of your amazing qualities and show you that, your choices don't define you, right? Fuck. If my choices in my young life defined me, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. And I love doing this. I find it so fun and soothing and exciting. I don't know why I was shuffling, but a card came out. Oh, look at that. I'm going to keep that star. You're being brought back into universal alignment, meaning you're coming back to your purpose, right? So it's kind of like, okay, so all of a sudden, you know how like, with vibration, how it shakes back and forth and it becomes blurry. So like you're kind of like this, and slowly you're starting to come back and slowing down, right? And then coming back to universal alignment. I hope that makes sense. So future energies, we got a lot going on down here. We have the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Swords. Those were the first 2 cards. And then the other 3 were the 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. There are some responsibilities that you may be avoiding. Maybe some things that you're supposed to be letting go of that you're not ready to let go of just yet. And that's okay. You release as you feel ready to. Just be careful because it can be very triggering. It could, I don't want to say it could help you regress or help make you regress a little bit, but Spirit's, you know, trying to let you know, hey, if it's coming up, please don't push it back down, because we're trying to get you to, they just said word vomit it out. To my mean girl lovers out there, word vomit it out, get it out, okay? Don't be pessimistic about it. Don't be on the fence about it. Just get it out, because it's suffocating you from the inside out, whatever you're avoiding right now, okay? It could be something from your past, could be all the way back to childhood, could be in adolescence, it could be in your young adult life. Whatever it is, you need to transition out of it. Death card. It's time to let this ending happen so a new beginning can arise, right? Because that's the overall energy, allowing this ending, this painful ending to subside, to no longer be torturing yourself, to no longer feel like you're not worthy enough, all of it, okay? It's very emotional energy. Yeah. You may be having replaying arguments or conversations. Now you have more to say, but going back to that person and saying anything isn't going to change an outcome. It's more you need to release it to see your true purpose, what you truly want out of this life. Because whatever you're constantly, whatever you're avoiding is holding you back to gain what you truly want out of this life. Pure joy, abundance, financial stability. This side. Yeah, you're growing into the person, into a strong, stable person, whether you realize it or not. And you're doing this not only for yourself, but for your person that's trying to come through. It's almost like you're healing simultaneously as your person is trying to come in. Or they may be healing you from, they may be helping you from the 5D. I don't think it's time to come together yet. I think we're still all in a weird transitional phase that I don't think it would be conducive or healthy to come together with your person just yet. Spirit is trying to create some sort of, just got a mouthful of saliva just came out. Spirit of Lion and Spirit of Cat. Interesting. We have a lot of some animal energy trying to come through. Be independently you. Find that fiery energy within you to create a level of independence. It's almost like your person is trying to get you to be the best version of yourself, knowing how to take care of yourself, body, mind, spirit, all of that. Because you're meant to be a leader in this life. You know, you're meant to be recognized for your accomplishments. Some of you feel really stuck, Spirit of Stone, frozen, delayed, and longing. You've been waiting for this moment. Just allow it to happen. Free yourself. Only you can do it. Only you can cut those cords. Only you can open yourself up. Start having more fun. Spirit of the Fae, mischief, play, fantasy, dream about a better life. Spirit of anchor, invest in yourself. Create stability and financial abundance for yourself. You don't need anybody else. Interesting. We have the mirror spirit, which I feel like is going back to the 10 of Wands. You may be deflecting, or you may have somebody in your life where you get really frustrated with really easily. That means they are reflecting back to you what you need to work on. I had a friend like that. We don't talk anymore. And that's because she wouldn't respect my boundaries. There is movement, right? Even if it feels slow, it may not feel as destructive as a tornado, but there is movement, all right? So if you still feel stuck or frozen, know that that takes time to move. Everybody's different. Final messages from Spirit, please, for Leos. Don't feel guilty about whoever you need to walk away from, whoever, whatever in the past you're regretting. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you need to apologize. Your spirit guides are trying to help you walk away from that. If anything, they may, on some level, I'm sure that person knows. There's a powerful masculine energy that's fueling your ego. The headspace is about the ego, which may be keeping you blinded or keeping that 10 of Wands energy. Your dreams are trying to bring you messages through the unconscious sleeping. There are deep soul lessons that you really need to pay attention to, so make sure you ask that you remember your dreams and create a dream journal. It's all part of the divine plan. Sometimes, sometimes we just need to dream and process while we're sleeping instead of dealing with it in the reality. I'm sorry, my throat's getting all scratchy. Trust your instincts. You don't have to be empathic to trust your instincts. I'm gonna say, because my throat got really scratchy right there, there's something that you need to admit to yourself. That throat chakra energy, it's not mine, it's yours. There is something that really pains you to talk about, that it hurts your throat to say it. That is something that needs to be worked on. If it's difficult for you to talk about, it needs to come up. Get it out in any way that feels best for you, okay? Trust your instincts. You do not have to actually be an empath to trust your instincts. All right? All right, I think that's all that I got, but Spirit wants you to know that you are transforming. You're going in the process of a rebirth right now. Trust the process. All right, Leos, that's all I have for you. Thank you for your time and energy. I'll talk to you guys next week.